We extend birthday greetings to Nelline Barry, celebrating her birthday today, wishing her all the best. Many, many more years, God's blessings, protection, guidance, and lots of love, and also what she wishes for herself. Matt, you have a blessed day.
Hey, Guada, good morning to you. Taru, good morning. Guada, Taru and Guada. Midnight Rivers, South City. It's a Monday, the final day in the month of March. Florida with love, good morning to you. A lot of persons in the diaspora don't like what's going on in Dominica at this point. World is paying attention, huh? Good morning to you, Blue Blue. I think this deserves an encore. You agree with me? You agree with me? Let's go again. A request from Europe this morning. From a patriot of the soil.
Bagay sala kampile chemo la moka fo condition de moi c'est un honte pour moi expliquer jamo ka boe tout qui capacité si bani comporte rien pas que marcher quand nous mettons quand on est bien les autres bagay de coco regardez nous convaincre faut changer tout c'est de métier monsieur changer faut changer que nous tous les mêmes quand même changer et pas la tienne qui plus meilleur pour nous donc changer.
A message from Chubby. I know you're listening, huh? We need some peace, la paix, huh? 8:13. Good morning to you on the telephone. Yes.
Mark, good morning.
Morning to you, Marlon. How are you doing?
I just came in, me boy.
Okay.
I'm not feeling well and this kind of a thing there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a foot there, give me problem. Look, my ankle there. It have a little pain in it and this thing. I lie down still. I just want to tell good morning to the Honorable Dr. Pastor Rodney. And I just want to tell him, Pastor Rodney, please, I begging you, watch your back, because I hear on the other radio station, they say you next, and that gentleman that is Thompson Fountain, right? Because they balling, they say Pastor Rodney next, so watch your step, because Matt, in my mirror, I see they had pick up Bosso and the in the night, and the next day they pick up Bosso. Matt, them people must finish it, that thing, because I lying down there and I listening, and it's hurting me to see what them people doing. People that are killing their life. You shackling them women and you bringing them up. You just picking up people. Everybody has the right to speak their mind out. Look, they have a doom they're saying about Thompson Fountain, say the man didn't want to say yes, that is Delbert, and he say yes, they asking him to come and on the radio and say if he make a mistake, and they think there, right? Because this Thompson Fountain on the radio, the Prime Minister say, like Thompson Fountain saying, Delbert say, as though he make a mistake in saying yes. So he have to come and on the radio and say it is a mistake he made. Matt, to tell you the truth, I lie down there and too much confusion in the country. People asking for peace, and how I see it, my brother, it costs why me. It don't have no peace in the country. And let me just say good morning to a very special person I meet by the church, Mr. McLean Debon from Portsmouth. I just want to tell you a pleasant good morning to you and your entire family. My doctor, Dr. Giselle Allport, I want to wish you all the best, God guidance. And Matt, imagine one more thing I want to say. The first person they had on their list to pick up, it was Joshua Francis, because they say Joshua is a lawyer, he should know better, and he telling the people about the match pass. Boy, Matt eyeball, first place they was going and put him, they say psychiatric, then they would sing him, but I happy, Joshua Francis alive, and let me just say, hats off to all the lawyers, especially Ronald Charles and all the other lawyers that taking care of the people and whatever it is, because I don't like this kind of a confusion that going. Peace in the country, or you're asking for peace. Every day you see him, them people in church praying, and his problem. Free of them that behind that problem. Free that that's arresting them people.
All right, Marlon. Thank you. Hey, blessings. This one for you. I know a big request from you this morning. Huh? Blessings to you and your entire family, right? The first request from Blessings. Dominicans, wake up.
Your country needs you. Hope you realize.
A plane. I'm hearing that they may be picking up about 2 persons from Lamplain this morning.
Country, it is time for us to take a stand. This is our native land. That is why I came back to stay. To expose the wicked things that are perpetrating. It is only time for the self-destruct. Freedom power is the TNT. The purpose is government works for the boss. They don't really care about this country. All this killing and writing plans have caught up with them. They are facing in some multiple problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise.
Good morning to you, Alex. Focally Megastore.
The handwriting is on the wall.
And you woke up, you're alive, you're breathing, right? You're healthy, and you're blessed. Have a great day, Alex.
Our Prime Minister, I'm like a dictator. If with him you don't agree, you can't progress in your country. Our government has no respect for the business community. No dialogue with all the party laws in this meeting. Taxing the poor ones who have no money. Why living luxury?
Pull it up, right? Mr. TJ, let's go.
It is only time for the self-destruct. Freedom power is the TNT. The purpose in government was for the boss. They don't really care.
Hello, good morning to you, yes? Good morning.
Pull up, replay.
Replay from the top? All right.
Yes.
Okay, blue.
I'm just as sure as the sun will rise. This government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall. Unprecedented corruption rampant throughout the island, and victimization who those who express dissatisfaction with the way this government handling this country's revenue, accepting no accountability for the underhand things they does do. Ostracizing those who make their own, and rewarding their friends down with rifles. I will mash up the blame and Althea and force them so they come and take back the land. It is only time for the self-destruct. Freedom power is the TNT.
Still a lot of people are struggling. The coal boy, the world boss. A rhythm is, oh boy. A lot of person seem down with that coal, huh? Ella, talk to me. Get better soon, okay? Ella, talk to me on the telephone, yeah? Hello? What's that?
It's Lucy who spoke to you.
Oh, okay. Pull up. Right. One more time from the start. And then we move to, of course, government at 5. Dominica wakes up.
Open up your eyes. Your country needs you.
Sending condolences to the St. John's family in Fockley and the passing of their mom, Cheryl. Hold strong, okay? From Alex.
It's power and authority, and it is having adversity, and the whole country. It is time for us to take a stand. After all, this is our native land. That is why I came back to stay, to expose the wicked things that have waiting. It is only time for the self-destruct. Freedom power is the TNT.
In the tri-state area this morning, good morning to you. New Jersey. Maslin continue to hold strong. Of course, your family. I know you lost your loving dad a few weeks now. You laid him to rest a few days ago.
Our prime minister, a dictator. If with him you don't agree, you can't progress in your country. Our government has no respect for the business community. No dialogue, the whole starting in this meeting. The poor ones who have no money, why let's live in luxury as a family and the prime minister, and then you would find the non-antiga. It is only time for the self-destruct. Freedom power is the TNT. The purpose in government was for the bucks. They don't really care about this country. All these giving conniving plans are caught up with them. They are facing insurmountable problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall. And president corruption rampant throughout the island, and the demonization who knows to express dissatisfaction with the way this government wandering this country's revenue, accepting no accountability for the underhand things they don't do. As you're taking those where they are old, and rewarding their friends.
Good morning to Greta.
I will mash up the day and I'll see.
Just heard the news that your mom passed. I know it's rough, huh? Hold tight, Greta. Eastside Trading. I know you feel broken.
They don't really care about this country. All this scheming conniving plans are
You're right, death is raw when you least expect it.
double problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is
So sympathies again to Greta. Just receiving news that her mom may have passed last night. Oh boy. Let's pray for or with Greta this morning, okay?
I am the boss. Don't not here for me. I'm scored and Marshall. Look what I did to Percy. He was standing in the way of my daughter's future. So I debarred him. With the aid of the newspaper. But the time this man's mentality will my people be bothered by cruelty free. only move them in the next election. It will be a doctor for the future generation. So I leave them alone. Let them self-destruct. Greed and power is the TNT. Their purpose in government was for the boss. They don't really care about this country. All this stealing and hiding and have caught up with them. They are facing in some double problems. And just as sure as the sun will, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall.
Q95. Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind the scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95, the big station.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Government in 5, your quick and easy guide to the latest developments in government. First, Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett is standing by the integrity of electoral reform legislation passed in the Dominica Parliament earlier this month. The members of the House of Assembly voted unanimously for 3 electoral reform bills, among them the Registration of Electors Bill, which makes provisions for voter identification cards and mandatory voter confirmation. Here is Prime Minister Scarrett speaking on The Narrative, a WPG-10 television program in Grenada on Friday.
In everything, there are times when you have to improve on the systems. Laws have to be amended. Systems have to be improved. There are international best practices that one has to follow. And this is what we sought to do, and this is what we did in Dominica. All of this, we sought the advice of the OAS. We sought the advice of the Commonwealth, who reviewed the legislation first and who were satisfied that they were meeting some of the desired objectives of the reform that we were proposing. And during the consultation process, we had the presence of the OECS, CARICOM, the OS, and the Commonwealth witnessing the consultations across the country. And one has to understand that legislation is just something that can be perfect. We will not always have everything that we want in it or should be in it. But we believe that the legislation which went to the Parliament and approved unanimously by the Parliament, because one has to differentiate, my friend, between the opposition, the parliamentary opposition, and pressure groups outside of the Parliament. Everyone who sat in Parliament on the 19th of March 2025 voted in favor of the legislation.
The Prime Minister has condemned what he calls the opposition's attempts to stain Dominica's image.
What these opposition people wanted to do in Dominica, at least the opposition outside of Parliament, is to stain Dominica's name, to give the people out there the impression who do not know the background and the context of what we're debating in Dominica, the impression that this place is unsafe, that there is mayhem in Dominica, and there's chaos. Because they have been looking for years for the police to overreact and for the police to kill someone on the streets of Dominica and to use that and to parade Dominica in the international and regional arena.
An important health update: the Ministry of Health says it is managing dual outbreaks of influenza, that's the flu, and gastroenteritis, the stomach flu, in Dominica. The ministry says flu cases are higher than anticipated for this time of year, with the number of hospitalizations steadily rising. Dr. Lenora Favre-Drygo is Chief Medical Officer, Acton.
Our health facilities have reported a surge in patients experiencing symptoms of gastroenteritis, including diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and dehydration. At the same time, we are experiencing the usual rise in cases of influenza, as this is known to be our annual flu season, with individuals suffering from fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, and fatigue. By definition, an outbreak is a sudden and unexpected increase in the number of cases of a disease in a specific location or population, exceeding what's normally expected. Gastroenteritis is often caused by viral or bacterial infections and usually transmitted through contaminated food, water, or contact with infected persons. The flu, on the other hand, is spread primarily through respiratory droplets from coughing, sneezing, or touching contaminated surfaces.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health is also reporting that it is monitoring suspected cases of leptospirosis. National epidemiologist Dr. Shaladen Ahmed.
While preliminary rapid tests have shown positive results, we await confirmatory testing from CARFA. Leptospirosis presents particular diagnostic challenges as its early symptoms can resemble dengue or influenza. As many know, this disease is carried by rodents, especially rats and mice, whose urine can contaminate water and food and water sources, particularly during periods of heavy rainfall. We especially urge farmers, construction workers, and those working outdoors or participating in recreational activities to take precautions against rodents exposure and to practice proper food storage and environmental hygiene during this rainy season.
The public is reminded of the necessary precautions, frequent hand washing with soap and water, covering coughs and sneezes with a tissue or with your elbow, avoiding close contact with those who are sick, sanitization of frequently used spaces and objects, food safety measures, and a proper disposal of garbage and other waste. This week, the government of Dominica is moving ahead with plans to develop a medicinal cannabis industry. The newly established National Marijuana Advisory Committee convenes its inaugural meeting on Wednesday, April 2nd. We'll keep you updated on that initiative in the coming weeks. This has been Government.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind the scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, there's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship. Terms and conditions apply.
We now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits. Red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley League Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and C added. It's definitely not the filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and is side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction evaporated milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
1998, we've been your chosen one for everything you need to do your construction, from steel and lumber, window, paint and doors, power tools, water tank, hardware, supplies, and so much more. Maxwell Trading, your foundation to building success. Maxwell Trading, we only giving you the best. At Maxwell Trading, we offer delivery. Maxwell Trading, come from collect and visit me at Maxwell Trading, your foundation to building success. Maxwell Trading, we only giving you the best. At Maxwell Trading, we offer delivery. Maxwell Trading. Come Funkle and taste it free. Come visit us today at the Funkle Industrial Site or call us at 449-9465. Max Roy Trading.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG United Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG United. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Feeling safe has never been as important as right now. As a mother, I trust Clean and White Bleach for a powerful and safe clean to sanitize and disinfect all areas of our home, especially now that it's our workplace, school, and playground. Like many other households, you too can be confident that Clean and White Bleach will kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. Clean and White, the power of safe cleaning.
Clean and White Bleach, locally distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Big news, Dominica! Do It Center is now even closer to you with the opening of Do It Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
Dominica, something big is coming. The countdown begins to celebrate the heartbeat of Dominica, our music, our legends, our rising stars. May 17th, 2025. Mark your calendars and save the date for Dominica Music Awards of 2025. Presented by Ambassador Prince Radix and Creole Heads. Partners, QFM the Big Station. Are you ready?
Cause I'm on my way.
KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good.
Cause I'm on my way.
If you know your favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
At Bloombox, we now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedlings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits, red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley League Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
All right, Dominic, I know everybody's asking, are they picking up anybody else? And that's on your mind. And that's on my mind. That is on everybody's mind. For the recent protest action, of course, we've had a team of lawyers at the court, at the police station, working the midnight oil, including our own Mr. Ronald Charles, the same Ronald Charles from the Valley, He's on the line to give us an update as to what is taking place. Mr. Ronald Charles, good morning to you. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning to you, Mark, and good morning to Dominica, and good morning to your many listeners, both here and abroad.
I know Ronald, of course, on everybody's mind. Are they picking up anybody else? What's the latest?
Yeah, Mark, what we do know that they pick up some guys over the weekend, and that is Mr. Crispin E. Piper and Mr. Matson Rule. They were picked up over the weekend, and of course, as usual, they had to go through the process of interview, which I conducted with them, and then subsequent to that, they were charged late Sunday evening, and of course, they were charged under the same section, the same charges, unlawfully, righteously, tumultuously assembled together to the disturbance of the public, contrary to Section 4 of 1002 of the Riot Act, Consolidated Laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica. These two guys will be taken to court this morning, and hopefully we will get bail for them, and we will proceed accordingly. I am getting information, reliable information, that the police have contacted some persons again from La Plaine and have asked them to report to the police station. I'm also getting reliable information that there are some more persons that they are interested in picking up. All of this, at the end of the day, where I stand as one of the attorneys on the team, I would continuously say what is going on is ridiculous. What is going on is unconstitutional. What is going on is to reemphasize the issues that we have been confronted with, and that is to say that we have to be very careful because democracy is going down the drain, and freedom of speech, etc. People need to have a right to speak on issues that affect their lives. So, Mark, I'll be going down to the court. It's almost 9 o'clock. I will do what I have to do in my capacity. I just want to say thank you for all the support. Thank all Dominicans who are reaching out to assist these, I call them the freedom fighters, for over a week and a half or 2 weeks. I want to say thank you to all the political advocates and persons from here and abroad, especially the diaspora too, who have been advocating to educate the people as to what is going on. I don't want to single out anybody, but I want to say thank you to people like Dr. Andre and Mr. Alvin and Alvin Thomas. And of course, all those who are doing what they can in their capacity to assist from the diaspora perspective. And of course, all our local lawyers, Joshua Francis, and all those who are assisting in one way or the other, Clara Shillingford and Mrs. Blomquist. Thank you guys, and Mrs. Knight. And I don't want to miss out anybody, but the group of lawyers, they know themselves. Thank you guys for what is going on. May we continue. We also don't want to forget our friend, Mr. Samuel Durand, who we are in the process of making the High Court application for bail. We're going to go to the High Court. We're just putting all his documents together, and hopefully that application will be before the court sometime this week. Okay, I give a definite day, but we're hoping to do this. I visited him at the prisons and, got some water and so for him. He's in high spirit, but at the same time, he is depressed with what is going on and concerned that, that what we, what Dominica is getting into. So all in all, thank you, Dominica. Thank you, Matt. May God bless you. Till we speak again.
All right, my brother Ronald Chance heading to the court this morning. Of course, as we heard, 2 persons have been brought down to the court this morning. I'm sure if you're around, you could give him some support, as you always do. Lift their spirits, huh? A few things to explore this morning, but let's take a few calls. Somebody may be on the telephone at this time. It's already, let's say, 13 minutes, 12 minutes to the hour of 9 o'clock. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Hello, good morning to you, Matt. And how do you do?
Good morning to you. So, how you doing?
Yes. So, Matt, I heard the Prime Minister said something on a clipping you said in there, right? An audio clipping. And that, the opposition are the ones, and opposition members are the ones that are trying to create sort of mayhem, technically, and try to bring a bad name to Dominica. Matt, prior to Wednesday, the 19th event, prior to this, Matt, was it the opposition that gave so many diplomatic passports of persons with questionable characters? And
No.
they've been in Dominican name all over?
No.
Right. So the point is, the Prime Minister now has to tell us, why is that he has not answered to the Montfarred issue yet? Dominicans have been questioned about it. I've been asking questions about it. The Susan Oley, Madwike, all of these people of questionable character. What has gone wrong? The Prime Minister is not telling us. And you're talking about the Wednesday, March 19th, could have caused Dominica's bad name to the region. Internationally, Dominica was making the news with respect to golden passports. They have been promoting the Citizen by Investment program by using visa-free strategy marketing to tell people that, and that's what the people go for. Nothing more about investment. When they can travel to European countries visa-free. That's what they go for because that's what they are restricted. And most of those people that they give passports had questionable character because they were not doing due diligence. So prior to this event, Dominica's name was all over the world. And as a result of that CBI program that is corrupt, that is what the Prime Minister should concern himself about, not just that May 19th peaceful gathering of innocent Dominicans who are now harassed by the police. That cannot be an excuse. We should not let the Prime Minister get away with that. Because that little thing, May 19th, could not have even if that region, we will have to know about the behavior of the police and the government. But the point is, prior to this, we've heard so many instances where Dominica's name has been spoiled. He dirtied Dominican name. His government dirtied Dominican name. So don't come and tell people know about May 19th on March 19th. That is not the excuse.
Somebody's indicating maybe just to put the distraction there.
Well, and the person is correct. The distraction to get away from the real issue. But the point is, what is going to pay off the distraction? That is just rhetoric. And the playbook continues to be opening again. And Dominicans should know the Prime Minister needs to ease up the people now. And I think we should make up our mind. We're going to remove this government en masse. When the time comes, just go en masse. You just don't see labor or no ballot, nothing. Just remove labor. Because let me tell you, for those who think that they are pro-labor and they are covered, just do something. Go against their policy. Let something happen to you and you require redress. Tell me how you're going to do it. Because if these few people fighting to liberate...
Hold on, so. I'm just reading an article there, just released there. A U.S. immigration lawyer who has been accused of defrauding clients of millions of dollars has been extradited to, I think, Kyrgyzstan Republic in the United States, face federal charges. And this person has a naturalized citizen of Dominica, and that happened in October 2018. So you're very right, so a lot of people who have received our passport, their names are out there.
Right. So now that you have read this thing, tell me who gave the person that have that issue there the passport. Is it the opposition or the government? The government.
The government.
So they must answer to the people. So we are correct, and we are saying stop using March 19th as an excuse to make you think that you want to rile his base against the people of Dominica. No, that's not going to work. Mr. Skerritt, we have enough unanswered questions, and you need to tell us about all of the persons who have had questionable characters, have Dominica diplomatic passport one way or the other, or attain citizenship by investment. No investment, people have our passport, and according to the brochure they were promoting, all of the persons who have CBI passport, they have equal rights as Dominicans. So imagine, later, I don't know if they will come to have the CBI people voting, because on their brochure, it marked that they have equal rights as a local Dominican. Madam, good morning. Have a great day. Great thanks for the good work that you do.
All right. Thank you very much. So thank you. Is the opposition really giving Dominica a bad name? On the telephone. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, morning.
Good morning, my pal rep. You couldn't have said it better. Matt, I'd like to thank, oh my God, Matt, that thing, what are they calling it, Matt?
The flu?
I don't know what it is. Not this kung fu.
No, as a matter of fact, I just got a phone call. They have changed the name from World Boss to Rhythm. Now the new name is Forward.
Forward. Forward.
Advance.
Sorry, Matt. But
Advance, you're right, yes.
I would like to thank each and everyone that gave in kind and in cash, and everyone who came. But, oh my God! Now I lose my train.
I know.
And I would like to thank each and everyone who made our lunch
a big success.
on Friday. Not an overwhelming success. Everyone who came to patronize us, everyone who gave in cash and in kind, that was an overwhelming success, man. But I never seen people, not just like a carnival, you were there yourself. You saw that. But I never knew that we had all these people that flood upon us. And if we had food to serve for the whole day, but we would be serving food. And the lady who made her place gave us a place to use, man.
Available, yeah.
Available, man. My lady, thank you very much. May God continue to bless you and all those who really helped one way or the other. Thank you very much. Thank you. May God continue to bless you and your family. Dominicans, stay blessed. Matt, we're in trouble in our country. We are really in trouble. But so many things that happen in that country, and I'm on the 19th of March that have Dominica given a bad name, man. But so many things, man. You have a prime minister that tells people, if you don't vote for me, the blood of Dominicans will be on your hands. You have lawyers that tell people they'll be coming and do so much things to them. You have Reginald Austria that tell Mr. Linton and all them to get away with Mr. Linton, get rid of Mr. Linton. So it wasn't giving Dominica a bad name when people were hearing that outside there. When people seen what happening in Dominica right now. And I think what may be brought about that, I wasn't there when the actual thing happened.
Is it? I'm looking at a question, and somebody's now asking me: is it Dominica or the opposition that caused us to lose our visa-free access to the UK? Is it?
That's just it. Look! I'm seeing on our back, America on our back right now. You see the United Workers Party or the opposition that have Trump on our back? Who have Trump on our back? It's the government that have Trump on our back, Matt. We don't know where we're going from there. We just like oh my God. But I think why maybe brought about, when I look at the video, Matt, see what happened to Imo, Matt? I think that got the people upset. Yes, because you can't tell me the lady that taking pictures of what's going on, and you have a police harassing her, and other people were standing here, and he didn't do them anything. That is nonsense. So that maybe get the people upset. Just at this time, I wasn't there to get some tear gas. God bless them. Bye-bye.
You were not there, okay. All right, hello, talk to me on the telephone 449. Matt, what the Prime Minister needs to explain as well is the 68 citizenship through the CBA program that were cancelled last year, and up until now, no explanation or a full inquiry as to what was done into this 68 cancelled citizens by investment cancelled passports, which included Syrians, Iranians, and Russians. And we all admit that we have been on the radar internationally for a lot of other things as well. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Yeah, Matt, it is Mr. Skerritt who is keeping us in the dark, We have asked, the people of Dominica have asked many questions. Lennox Linton has asked many questions. Even in Parliament, questions have been asked. The Minister of Security refused to answer. Roosevelt Skerritt himself, when asked by a young journalist, refused to answer. whose property. She didn't even ask whose property it was in Roseau, you know. Is it government interest or private interest? He refused to answer. He got angry. Why would Roosevelt Skerritt get angry about that? And what kind of investor can build a 4-story building in the middle of Roseau and have it sit there year after year after year empty? Any honest businessman who acquired money and invested it would want to see his investment turning over a profit. Who can afford to have such a building empty year after year after year? We are asking questions. Roosevelt Skerritt is yet to embarrass Mr. Leonard Clinton. He said his tabulators would embarrass Leonard Clinton up to now. So we don't know. And there's all these shell companies. And there's people who are saying how rich Mr. Skerritt is. All this is in the air. And we cannot reach to the bottom of how much money does Roosevelt Skerritt have. He is hiding it. And we cannot reach there. We need to reach there. Mr. Skerritt, if you want to be standing on moral ground, tell us all your assets. Tell us your assets. Then we can accept what you say. But as long as you keep hiding them, no. We're not in it. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, somebody's reminded me, very interestingly, Matt, remember the 10 tankers that were flagged, Dominican flag, which were evaded sanctions, or which invaded sanctions to China, moving oil from Iran and transferring it to the ocean? This is going to have serious consequences for Dominica under the Trump administration. They made special reference to this from the White House. Stay awake, Dominica. It's about to get worse. Sanctions from the U.S. in the Caribbean. This is going to destroy us, man. I just want to repeat. Remember these 10 tankers that were flagged, Dominican flags, which invaded sanctions to China, moving oil from Iran and transferring to the ocean? This is going to have serious implications there for us in Dominica. So keep our eyes open, stay awake, Dominica. There's more to come. Hello, talk to me, yes?
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who sacrifice the personal safety and security, trying to elevate mankind to humanity. Mr. Pelter, blessings to your family, sir.
Blessings to you, yes.
I receive, I accept, not blessings. That is very interesting. I have no great burning desire to be hated. No addictive urges to be loved, though they are both happening simultaneously. Not just a few, maybe about a month or two ago, remember I told you about a Chinese woman and a husband. They catch her, but in pursuit of her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She was by the Baltics up there, Estonia, Yugoslavia, these countries by up them at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the kind of places there. Anyway, she was selling American visas. And when they catch her by the Baltics of them at, she had a Dominican passport. I do not want to respond to that man, Matt, and I'm trying to be mild-mannered this morning and a little respectful. But, Matthew and I watched the interview. As I started to check the interview, when they talk about bringing in voters, Matt, and UWP did it, Freedom did it, Matt, I just turned it off. I knew exactly where that man was going. That's why I stopped listening to Kyrie. Matt, there's certain, my tolerance level based on my age-old experience tell me there are certain engagements you need to avoid and certain things you don't listen to. But, Matt, it is sad to see all what that is happening in the country, and this man can put a straight face and try to deflect attention from the criminal activities. Matt, where is Malik? Have you heard anything about Malik lately, Matt?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay, forget about that. Don't talk. Don't say nothing again. Matt, you saying something now?
No, I'm saying nothing.
Okay, don't say nothing. Okay. Matt, you and I tell you I have no great burning desire to be hated, no addictive urges to be loved. Matt, I do not like people to take me for a fool, although I did not go to school. Matt, you remember Judas the Iscariot?
Mm-hmm.
You know who had given that name?
Tell me.
It was Edison James. When Joseph Isaac crossed the floor, Mr. Edison James spontaneously, instantly name him Judas the Iscariot. What Delbert Paris did, Matt, can we equate it to being a Judas, the Iscariot, and match it all the rest? I am not saying nothing much yet. But Matt, that is an issue I want to pursue. And if you get the chance, ask Edison James or Mr. Lennox Linton or Delbert Paris or one of those fanatical supporters, Matt. Is it in parallel, side by side? Is it equal to what Joseph Isaac did? Well, I have a thing saying how similar is the same when context is not considered and motive is not known. So I really don't know that, but I'm really trying to figure out what the hell happened. And it's because of all the arrests. I myself saying, let me just not say too much about Matt, but I want that matter to remain on the table, Matt. I want to know what the hell that happened there when man they're talking and fighting for years and some Johnny come lipstick and just come and sweep man that is old and experienced off their feet like it's a unilateral decision? Was it a unilateral decision or you had prior information to his decision in Parliament? I think you're rude, arrogant, and disrespectful, boss. So whoever it is, you need to explain that because I will keep asking the damn questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I heard, I will allow you to hear the full interview that the Prime Minister did with the Grenadian journalist sometime later on the talk on the block, and also I'll repeat another interview with Dr. Thompson Fontaine that he did with St. Lucian journalists as well. So stick around. We'll play you a little more of that at the 1 o'clock hour. But let's listen to Mr. Skerritt. You remember this issue? You know, persons have been asking how long Mr. Skerritt intends to, of course, if he can, remain in power. We got a glimpse of that on the weekend. Listen, Dominica, listen.
In power for too long unless the alternative is absolutely a mess is never really a good thing for democracy. I am told, Prime Minister. But let me ask you.
No, but I want to say, but who taught you that? I mean, the Constitution, people vote, and I'm not sure what people define as too long. You somebody's married for 25 years, they renew the vows. Yeah. People get married, people get 50 years, they renew the vows. They look to 100. I don't know anybody out there who is 25 years old looking to kill himself or to die at 25. Let's be real. People get a job in the public service at 18 years and they retire at 65. So what is too long? People vote. People exercise their franchise.
Those examples that you give, Prime Minister, can mention.
You want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? Prime Minister, do you have intentions to leave government soon? No, it's the analogy of marriages, huh? Let's listen again.
In power for too long unless the alternative is absolutely a mess is never really a good thing for democracy. I am told, Prime Minister. But let me ask you.
No, but I want to say, but who taught you that? I mean, the Constitution, people vote, and I'm not sure what people define as too long. Somebody's married for 25 years, they renew the vows. Yeah. People get married, people get 50 years, they renew the vows. They look to 100. I don't know anybody out there who is 25 years old looking to kill himself or to die at 25. Let's be real. People get a job in the public service at 18 years and they retire at 65. So what is too long? People vote. People exercise their franchise.
Those examples that you give, Prime Minister, can mention.
Dominica's 9:10, huh? In the morning. Someone says this is just annoying and ridiculous and vexatious, huh? 449-309-596 and 97. Retirement at 60 and not 65. I wait 5 years to get a pension, huh? Interesting. So now politics has become what? A marriage? Hello, talk to me. Yes, good.
Matt is very Matt, so it is suicidal. That's what the brother is telling us. To leave the fortunate position in which he sits. Nobody wants to be at 25 years and you're suicidal. So he knows, Matt, that is his only form of protection and guarantee is to remain there for perpetuity, Matt. His longevity, his banking, on remaining in power indefinitely. Matt, remember how many times that man told us that he will be stepping down, Matt?
In April 2025.
Matt, about 3 times, about 3-4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can a labor right watch me with a straight face and say, well, you know, all politicians lying and you're not holding them accountable? Matt, you hear what I just said a while ago, talking about Delbert Paris, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
More Dominicans need to hold their leaders accountable. And when your man like Skerrit can be playing games with the people, now he have the woman badgered, harassed. She was adding something, an addendum to the question. He jumped before she reinforced the question and coming with such idiocy, such juvenile, puerile, and delinquent garbage, Matt, by saying when you reach the age of 25, you're not suicidal. When people reach a certain age in the marriage, they renew their vows. Why, man? Dominicans that think that is a joke. But you hear me laughing. Most of the times I laugh. It has my laugh and it has my laugh, man. That is so damn serious. It cannot be funny. Dominicans, we need to get rid of Skerrit by any means necessary. Thank you, sir.
More telephone calls, of course, voice notes as well.
On
Huh?
a more serious note, Matt, I think every caller that's going to be calling this morning, Matt, they should be demanding the resignation of Roosevelt Skerrit ASAP, Matt, as soon as possible. They should be demanding that Roosevelt Skerrit resign, step down, Matt. And if they're wondering, okay, so who will be there, who will take part, who will govern us, Matt, there are able-bodied men and women, competent, intelligent, Matt, responsible men and women waiting on the sidelines, Matt, to from the coalition governments, Matt, until proper electoral reform policies are put into place. We will organize ourselves, Matt, and then we will have general elections going forward. But from now, Matt, as of now, every Dominican should demand Roosevelt Skerrit resign, Matt, for obvious reasons. Resign Roosevelt Skerrit. The writing is on the wall. There is nothing you can do. It is written and you got to go. Do not make it difficult. Just resign.
Somebody says, oh my God, it's unbelievable, huh? Matt, interesting. While Skerrit is saying that you join, or rather you start working at 18 years and leave at 65, but when you retire, you can't even get the same pension and gratuity. Even the police. Oh boy. Dominica is a very interesting place. I think I will stop coming up with the credit union this morning. All right. First time I hear that nonsense, my brother. Boy, you want to hear it again?
In power for too long, unless the alternative is absolutely a mess, is never really a good thing for democracy. I am told,
Well,
Prime Minister.
well,
But let me ask you.
no, but I want to say, but who taught you that? I mean, the Constitution, people vote, and I'm not sure what people define as too long. If somebody's married for 25 years, they renew the vows. Yeah. People get married. People get 50 years, they renew the vows. They look to 100. I don't know anybody out there who is 25 years old looking to kill himself or to die at 25. Let's be real. I don't. People get a job in the public service at 18 years and they retire at 65. So what is too long? People vote. People exercise their franchise.
Those examples that you give, Prime Minister, can measure up.
All right, Rosie. Roosevelt Scary, you do right. Stay forever. When God comes for his earth, you tell him you staying in office, you go nowhere. When death comes, they'll stick and leave you alone, huh? Time alone can't even complete a thought. How dare you compare marriage to you doing anything and everything to stay in office? Is this your birthright? You will come and sooner. It'll come sooner than you think, huh? Another WhatsApp message there, 4493095. I was like, wow. Hello, talk to me. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you.
Matt, I don't know how to really start a call to start, but that response by Roosevelt Scary just shows the world and Dominicans and the people who are in there with Roosevelt Scary how weak they are. The ministers who are there with Roosevelt Scary. That just says how weak they are because Roosevelt Scary has been saying that he will leave in April. He wants to leave in April this year. April is upon his feet, and he's trying to extend his stay in government, And as Blessing said, that sounds so childish and so puerile. And then talking about Roosevelt Scary, talking about Freedom Party brought in voters and Labour Party and UWP brought in voters. There was no need for Freedom Party to bring in any voters, Matt. There was no need for Freedom Party to do that. And if UWP did that, to the extent I do not know what it was, he doesn't have the evidence. He does not have the evidence to say that Freedom Party brought in voters and UWP brought in voters. But I'm sure the evidence he has about Labour Party bringing in voters, that will tell.
But it's something simple. I mean, two wrongs, even though UW did or the Freedom Party did it, two wrongs don't make a right, huh? Two wrongs
can't make a right. Two wrongs just cannot make a right. And that's what he's trying to prove. Two wrongs make a right, but it's not right at all. So Roosevelt Scary, I think you should have taken your time and listened to the woman, ask the question and think a little bit. And that's something you don't do. And I'm guilty of that sometimes. You do not think before you respond. And you might just find yourself in hot water with that response. Good morning, man.
Good morning to you. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Morning.
Morning to you.
But that young boy, only put down, they give him a chance. He come well up, Papa. They will Dominica for him. He don't want to come out, Papa. Look good time. Don't worry. The will of God will make him come out. He will not stay there forever. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Of course, we will stop coming up with our friends here from the NCCU for a few minutes. Stick around.
1550. Great for all vegetables on young fruit trees. 2020. Best for foliar spray and seedlings and small vegetables.
There's a day of feasting and a day of famine.
That's my favorite song, huh?
Sadness and a day of joy. You're gonna see in your day of feasting. Life is a judge to let the daylight on. So your day when you least expected. You are strong, you are well protected.
We have a full team this morning from the NCCU. I almost think it's like cool, like they come and take over now. Dominica will continue with the conversation, huh?
But you wouldn't take heed. Everything creation must obey a law. It's true in word and it is indeed. Yeah. You would have come down to.
Don't you worry, I played back for you, because your prime minister is comparing staying in office to marriages these days. So let's listen again one more time before we move to the NCCU, huh? NCCU.
In power for too long, unless the alternative is mess, it's never really a good thing for democracy.
I mean, the Constitution, people vote. And I'm not sure what people define as too long. If somebody's married for 25 years, they renew the vows. Yeah. People get married, people get 50 years, they renew the vows. They look to 100. I don't know anybody out there who is 25 years old looking to kill himself or to die at 25. Let's be real. People get a job in the public service at 18 years and they retire at 65. So what is too long? People vote. People exercise their franchise.
Those examples that you give, Prime Minister, can mention.
You don't want to do free. You need a loan, you want to stay. You want from a visitors today. With a commitment to quality. Therefore you and me was on the family, but now with the community. Making life easy, yes, like everything. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA.
Save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way.
All right, let's say good morning to our friends there from the NCCU. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Matt. Good morning to
I see you wearing your mask. Is the right thing to do, huh?
Yes, I had this on and somebody asked me if I am protecting them or myself.
All right, I just had the right name for it this morning, yeah? The right name.
All right, so good morning to everybody hearing the song on my voice. I may sound a bit different, as Matt said, I do have a mask on, so I am protecting everybody in this space with me.
Okay.
But this is the same lady who always says a special good morning to the NCCU members. And if you feel left out, you know what to do. If you want that special greeting, you join the NCCU family, the community, and become part of us. A big shout out to all the members of staff of the NCCU listening right now. And we have a full team. Matt said he was wondering if we're going to take over. We're not taking over. We just...
I'm prepared to just walk off.
You're prepared to just walk out quietly, no fight.
I know you're quite capable.
But we're here to talk about things that are pertaining to every single one of us in Dominica. As well, we know we are on the hot seat. We know it's hot this morning, but we're taking a little pause to talk about a few things that are extremely important to all the general public, to be honest, because even if you're not a member of the NCCU, this is vital information that you also need to know. And we are talking a little bit about fraud this morning.
Okay.
And we want to ensure that our members and the general public remain safe. We're also talking a little bit about insurance as well, because we're bringing this conversation back and we're bringing it back earlier, because most times you find people wait until the season is nearby for the conversations to begin. But we're bringing the conversation to you a bit earlier today or this year. So we're going to talk a bit of insurance. We also have a lovely lady with us who is not bearing the NCCU logo, but she is wearing the logo of International Year of Cooperatives, because this year is International Year of Cooperatives. And somebody might say, so what does that have to do with NCCU? But you can say the word with me. It's National Cooperative Credit Union. So we are in fact a cooperative. We are a financial cooperative, but none of what we do would be possible if cooperation among cooperatives did not exist.
Right.
And as this year is International Year of Cooperatives, there are a few activities that are planned. So we want to share that with the public as well, because we will be part and parcel of everything that's going on. And guess what, Matt? I think I'm starting it off on a bad foot since I have a mask on, but from tomorrow it's Health and Wellness Month at NCCU.
Boy, we need that.
And I'm there with a mask. So I think I'm like not the poster child for this right now, but Health and Wellness Month at NCCU is on again for the month of April. And so we want to, of course, sensitize the membership and the general public of things that they can look out for the month as well. So pack program, we're going to make the best of the time that we have, but we want to ensure that everybody gets information as they need it.
All right, well, tell us who's going to start off the ball this morning.
We're going to start off with fraud.
Oh,
yeah, we want to tackle that first and foremost. So I will let as the speakers start to speak, they'll introduce themselves, because we want to go round table and do it today. But they'll introduce themselves as they begin the conversation.
So you're the fraud expert?
I wouldn't say expert, but yes.
All right.
So my name is Mr. Jordan Vital.
Okay.
I'm a member services representative at the NCCU.
What's your job there?
My job pertains to looking at different aspects of accounts and stuff like that. Yes. So as my colleague mentioned, we're here to bring the message of fraud to our membership as well as the wider Dominica. You know, at the NCCU, we take members' accounts seriously, and fraud definitely is a factor that affects members. So we have a few tips that we want to share with the membership that will help them. One of the tips is that you keep your passwords to your CU Online to yourself, private. It is yours. You shouldn't share it with anyone, as well as your card information, like your number, your PIN, your CVV, the number at the back of the card. You keep that to yourself.
But let me ask a question before we move on. What is the best way to make your PIN private? Because some people can just guess and say, well, you know, that may be his number. You know, I know his birthday. Maybe just click something in.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You agree?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
A lot of people
in that instance, you try not to use things that are obvious or well known to you, like your birthday or, you know, a number that you commonly use. You want to use something that only you would know, but as well as something you can remember.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Right. So that's one tip. The next tip is our CU Online service. It is free of charge to sign up. You just come into the office and ask them to sign you up for CU Online. And that enables you to monitor your account from online. You can see everything from your transactions to what is going on, your balance. So it's very important that you make use of the service. The other thing on CU Online is alerts. So on CU Online, you can configure alerts. So if, let's say, a deposit hits your account, you'd get an alert for that. If a withdrawal happens from your account, you get an alert from that.
Okay.
So if, let's say, for some reason, there's a withdrawal on your account that you don't recognize, you get that alert on your phone right away. You can take action, call us, or you can block your card. Which brings me to my third tip, our Q-Call service.
Okay.
You can sign up for that service. It's $5. And what happens is you can call into Q-Call, enter your details, log into the service, and then you can listen to the prompt to block your card if you want. You can also check your balance.
Okay.
Yes. You can also check your balance and transfer money, all those other things. But it's important that you know of these services.
And what very available there?
Yes.
Okay.
So in addition, we want to also remind people while you're making sure that your PIN is not something that somebody can just guess, when you're coming to use the ATM, please be mindful and not just leave the keypad open for view. Because we do know during COVID times we had that distance. But right now we're back to sticking up to each other when we're in a line. So you never know who is looking over your shoulder. You never know who is looking over your shoulder maliciously, because somebody could just be looking over your shoulder and then not with any intention of doing anything, or trying to get your information, but you don't know if it is somebody who is doing it maliciously. So please ensure that when you're putting your PIN in the ATM, that you cover it a bit, angle yourself, especially if there's a queue at the back of you, to ensure that you do not give out that PIN. Additionally, please do not give out your card to have somebody do transactions for you. Now, we say it like this, but you always have people say, oh, but it's my husband, it's my wife, it's my daughter, it's my son. This is the precedence that we're setting. Of course, if you choose to do otherwise, it is on you. The onus is on you. But we're saying, do not give out your card. Do not give out your PIN. Do not allow people to do those transactions for you, because I will say straight up that we have seen people get burnt by it. And we're not saying that you cannot trust people again, but it is our duty as your financial institution, your community financial partner, to give you what we know as the best tips and options for you
How
to
many
safeguard.
times can one change his or her PIN? As many times
Many times as you like. I would just hope that it's not a situation where you keep forgetting the PIN. So which is why we say, which is what Jordan said, which is very, very important. You put a PIN that is not something somebody can just guess, but is something that you will remember, because you don't want to just know that every fortnight you have to change your PIN because you forgot it, right? So, but you can change your PIN as often as you would need to, yes, if you feel the need to do so. But ensure that when you're using the ATM that you practice safety. And it is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, especially when they're using the ATM at night. It is a standard, basically, that if you're going to use an ATM at night, you choose an ATM that is well lit. Try not to use an ATM that is in a space where maybe it's attached to a business, a building, and the building is closed and there is no real activity going on in the area. Right? So you try to get to an ATM that has light around it, street lights, other businesses, maybe activity going on, cameras in the building, and where the ATM is, those things that we need to pay attention to that as well. Because all of this conversation is about securing your investment, securing your money, securing your l'argent, because we know it's not easy to come by. So we want to ensure that everyone hearing what the NCCU is saying today, that your investment can remain safe.
Let me take a call there. I know everybody wants to ask questions. Once NCCU comes here, it's his problem. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Marcel, say good morning to you and good morning to your listeners.
Yes,
good morning to those in studio with you. Very interesting topic this morning. I just want to ask that question because I'm being told when you go to the ATM, be mindful that the person at the back of you do not see your PIN. Now, if I go to the ATM and I push in my card and then I take the amount of money that I want, and the person at the back of me recognize my PIN number, although I have my card, how are they going to make withdrawal from that? That's the question I'm asking. Thank you.
Good. It's a good question, and thank you for calling in. They will not be able to make withdrawals using your card since you have your card. But what we're saying is, in the event that, let's say, for example, you happen to leave that card, let's say you forget to take the card. We do have situations where people walk out.
That happens all the time.
Or they leave the card. I've seen people leave their receipts. There was once I have to tell the young lady, you didn't take your cash. Because her mind was so preoccupied. She did the transaction and she was just walking out. Because it's like muscle memory was whatever she was thinking of, and she was just heading out.
She was very busy.
Right, very busy, or whatever was going on. So it's not meaning that if you take your card that the person can then do a transaction using your PIN. But what if you leave that card down? Like I said, we don't know who has malicious intentions. This person could follow you or meet you another time and remember that they saw your PIN and they realized, hey, that you left your card by Fresh Market down on this side and maybe the cashier didn't see it and they swipe that card up. Then they have access to everything that is yours.
Well, let's take one final call before we move on. I see we have a big panel here this morning. Let's take another phone call. Are you there, yes?
Yes, I'm there, Matt. You know me already. Extraordinary. Good morning to the complete panel. And I have a little suggestion for when I'm going for cash and I'm using my card. I think we should have something screening off the machine. You see, the machine is inside, and everybody is standing outside. So we need a little glass over that machine that is inside. So when you step and you put your hand, the glass is over. Nobody can see, no PIN number, no number at all. I think we should work on that, and that would be a better security than everybody have to look back to see who's watching their PIN number and this kind of thing. Because we have some snipers in this kind of thing. So that's my suggestion this morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for the suggestion. So we're definitely going to take note of that. We appreciate every suggestion that the members give, of course, because it's your money, and whatever you feel like we need to implement for you to feel safer, we want to hear from you, of course. So definitely this suggestion is noted for sure.
We're moving on.
So we're going to talk a little bit about insurance. And again, it's about ensuring what is yours and ensuring that it is safe. So insurance is a topic that I remember the last time we were here, we spoke about that. We got quite a few calls, and we had to start off by saying that we are not insurance agents. We are not sellers of insurance. However, insurance is something very vital to the NCCU, to the membership, especially once you have a loan. Once you have a loan, insurance comes into the conversation there, because I'm sure that when something happens, people want to know, okay, what's going on? How much do I have to still find this money to pay? Is the loan insured? People need to know these things. So we have a lovely young lady that she'll introduce herself, and she will give some tips and some information with regards to insurance and what it means to an NCCU member.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
I'm Tamika Senval, member representative. As we approach the month of April, which is health and wellness, we know that peace of mind is also important, and knowing that your property, your whatever you work for is well secured. And this morning I just want to share a few tips on your property and motor vehicle insurance. For properties, please ensure that your property is fully secured. When I say fully secured, I mean 100% secured. If you have done any renovations in the last 3 years, please revalue your property and bring the valuation to your insurance company so you can up your sum insured. Your sum insured value is very, very, very important in the event of any storm, any earthquakes. We know we have a lot of earthquakes happening all over. We have fire, that you know that for sure that you get back what is worth. Okay. And your motor vehicle, if you had any accident, you need to report that. Make sure that your value, what is worth, that it is actually worth what you have. You can also revalue every year if you need to, because as far as we know, insurance companies no longer insure up to 15 years. So if you have a motor vehicle that is 2008, between 2008 to 2012, you may be in some difficulty. So you can also revalue once your motor vehicle is at least 20,000, then you can be fully secured.
All right. So any more phone calls coming in here? Just yet 449-309-596. Just keep moving, because I see we have so many people here.
Yes, we do. Again,
good points though. Good points.
Yes, it's all about health and wellness, as we said, for April, for the NCCU. So we have activities that will be happening with the across the board, with all the branches, all the locations, so the members can look out for that. But we felt it important to marry everything into health and wellness, because Tammy said a very important point, the mental health as well. It's a big part of it. So we're interested in not just your financial health and your physical health, but your mental health as well. Because if you have decisions that you take that are going to leave you feeling all over the place, then it's not just a problem for you, it's a problem for your family, it's a problem for the institution as well. So we're all in this together. So your health is our health. And we say our all the time, but we're members too. So that is the interesting thing.
Shari, one more thing. We appreciate our members reaching out to us and coming and communicate and having discussions with us. But as we said earlier, that insurance premiums have gone up for both motor vehicle and properties. So that means that your the contributions that you've been putting into the account for us to pay on your behalf, that also has to be increased. So please reach out to us. Let us help you. Let us find some ways that we can assist in reaching that that goal.
Now, let me see if I can, somebody's on the telephone. Are you there, caller? I think you've been waiting there for a while.
Yes,
Yes.
good morning to you and your panel. I have two questions. The first one was for the lady who was, or whoever the person was speaking about the fraud. Okay, I can understand everything with the PIN and the whatnot, but what about these people you have that can hack into your account? They say in other countries, it's a business day, they can hack into your account. When the bank notifies you, sometimes you are not living on island, what are the procedures that they take to reimburse your funds? How long does that take? The other question I have is, I have a loan with the credit union. When you take the loan, you're building, yes, there is insurance. I never knew anything about the house was underinsured until after the hurricane. I got a letter telling me that my property was underinsured. How? Why don't they notify you from the get-go? And then with everything, I believe in documentation, not word of mouth. I doesn't have a policy at hand telling me what I am covered for and what I am not covered for. I'm getting older. Even if you tell me, I can't keep all the things in my head, especially living in a busy place as where I am. Why don't you give each of the members a policy? Let them know, well, you are insured. If a hurricane and earthquake, if whatever, and your house gets, that's what you're covered for. Suppose I think I am covered for fire and I'm not covered. Then you tell me, well, you was not covered. I will take you to court. Where is the documentation of the policy that I can take a step forward? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Very interesting questions there. The first one, let's do with the fraud.
Right, so let's do the fraud. You are very correct. It is a very, very big booming business, the hacking business. And as we always tell people, fraud doesn't have a face, because we tend to put a face to fraud like it's some mousy looking person behind a keyboard, but the person could be well dressed, sitting right in your midst, and with their suit and tie on, making presentations, talking, and that person is somebody who's hacking your account. So it just goes to show that you have to do what you can to protect yourself. What we tell our members at the institution to start off is, please create a sub account. Do not keep all your money in the account that your card is linked to. That way, if there is an attempt on your account, or there is a hacking attempt on your account, all your money, your hard-earned cash, is not going to disappear, because these attacks happen very quickly, and it is a number of attacks that just occur in a short space of time. So that is one thing. By the time the alert comes in and we get the alert to be able to even notify you, we have, it could be so many transactions that have already been done by the time the alert comes in, because the hackers are not stupid. They are brilliant people. So we have to, I always like to give respect where respect is due. So if you respect somebody at what they do, you'll be able to understand them better. Hackers are brilliant. Very, very brilliant. So once you give that respect, you understand what you're working with, right? So please safeguard, first and foremost, create a sub account and keep your money in that sub account, and you transfer when you need to. I am notorious for that. I'm in the grocery store, and when I get to not to the front of the line, because I don't want to hold up the line, but when I get to the cashier area, that's when I put money onto my account so I can swipe my card. I don't do that weeks before. I don't keep money there. So I keep saying, not my $12 they're going to take. Right? So I keep my money in a separate account.
In a safe place.
In a safe place. So that is one. Because the reason for this is also because the process is lengthy. We do not handle the disputes on our own. So dispute needs to be filed, of course, and you're right that we contact the member, but sometimes by the time we get to have the conversation with the person, or to notify the person that this is going on, and to ask them, did you do that transaction? Was that you? You've maybe lost a bit of money already, or a bit of money has been taken off. So one thing that would happen is most times you'd end up blocking the card, and we do have sometimes where members are a bit upset. But then the question we ask is, would you prefer that we don't block it and that money continues to go? Because we can see if the transaction is coming from Colombia, for example, and all your transactions have been in Rosa Dominica, but you did not inform us that you were traveling to Colombia. So it begs the question, is this really you? And again, it may be on some strange site that you've never done any business with, or some site that has been flagged. So the card, first thing, may be blocked, especially if we cannot contact you. The dispute process is lengthy because we are not in this alone. We must go through due diligence that is not governed by us. So there is what we like to call it a third party, which all financial institutions have to use to be able to look at this, because they're the monitoring agency basically for these transactions. So you have to do a dispute that goes to them. They look at it, they determine the XYZs of it, and then information is sent back to us. It is lengthy. We have disputes that go 2 months, 3 months. And yes, so you know, it's something that as much as we can avoid going down that path, it would be the best thing to do, because I will be straight up and honest, it is not always the best result or what we look for, but we do our best at the NCC to ensure that the members are left happy in the end. But we are saying, let us be proactive and let us try to prevent as much as
One
possible.
quick question before we go to the next. Of course, we spoke about insurance. How do we deal with that? Insurance. It says sometimes it's undervalued. Yes.
Yes. While we are not insurance agents, we do understand how the insurance works. Like I said earlier, if you did anything on your property within a certain amount of years,
you talk to insurance agent,
right? And you need to revalue. So you can know
important.
what the
But that conversation doesn't take place with you. It has to take place with the insurance company.
That's correct.
Yes. All right.
So we're just here to guide, as we said. I know, I started off by saying the last time we spoke insurance, we got some calls and we did the same. But if you are in doubt with regards to anything, you can always reach out to NCCU, even if we are not, like we say, insurance agents, but we are able to at least assist and point you in the right direction and tell you what you need to ask, maybe the questions that you actually need to ask your insurance company. We can assist with that. So you're free to reach out to us for assistance in that regard. So we're moving right along, Matt.
Hold on, let's take one break before we go. I know you've been going.
Thank you. I appreciate that break.
You need a loan you want to see. You welcome and visitors today. With a commitment to quality. Therefore you and me was one the family, but now with the community. Making life easy, like it. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA,
save for your golden years, and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way.
Just a quick question before we move on to the next person here. Somebody's asking, they want to clarify, how do you put money on your account from as far as Europe? How do we do that?
Well, at this present time, the only way to do that is through wire transfer. And of course, like we have to say, it goes through the bank and then comes across to the NCCU. So when you're doing the form, please ensure that all the details, including your account information, is there. If you go to the website, nccudominica.com, you will see there's under the resources tab, there is a form for transferring funds. So just ensure that the information, I know the banks have their own forms, but ensure that the information that is on that form is also on the form that the bank is providing you. So then when it gets to the bank here, your corresponding bank, I mean, wherever you are, so that when it gets to the local bank here, they know which account it's supposed to go to. So they will send it to us and we know which account we're putting the money onto. So for now, this is the way that it can be done. It's through transfer, through wire transfer. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, so we're moving on to Cooperative Week and Cooperative Year, International Year of the Cooperatives. As we said, of course, NCCU is a cooperative. We're a financial cooperative, and we have a young lady from the cooperative movement, the cooperative committee, and the cooperative division So she's definitely a cooperator, and she will introduce herself and then she will give some information as to what we can expect for International Year of the Cooperatives this year.
Hi, good morning. My name is Lisa Philwood, Cooperative Officer for the North. I am the officer in charge of a few cooperatives that I think a lot of people may know, like National Beekeepers, the Livestock Cooperatives, Dominica Cocoa Farmers. That is a few of the cooperatives that I help to enhance in a way. I'm just going to touch a bit on the activities that we have for this year, International Year of Cooperative, where the focus is cooperative build a better world. Okay, on March 17th, we had the media launch at the NCCU boardroom, where the different cooperatives around the islands, both financial and non-financial, gathered to make the opening of the year activities. Prior to that, in February, we had 2 days of training for teachers volunteering with the school savings program at different schools. As you know, we supervise the school savings program in the schools on island. A lot of children learn to save through that program. Your mother give them a few money for snack. They put $1 in their school saving. When they leave in, they remove their funds, and their parents are quite surprised at the amount that the children save over the years, and that can help transitioning from primary school to secondary school. So that's one of the initiatives that we have in the schools. In April, the focus will be on the youth and education, where we'll be going out to the different schools to speak to the young ones on different types of cooperatives. Usually we get calls to come to the schools for the common entrance children, because they have a question in common entrance about cooperatives. So that is one of these ways the school reach out to us to come to the school and give a little class to teaching about the cooperatives.
You educate them on
yes,
cooperatives.
Yes. This may go on to May, as schools will be closed for Easter break, because I think like next week school closing. Yeah.
Around the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In May, we'll have a supervisory and compliance training. This will specifically target the supervisory and compliance committees of different cooperatives. I think a lot of the people on the supervisory and compliance board, they're not fully aware as to what is their role. They like on the board for this, I would say, being on the board sick. They don't know their rights, they don't know their strengths, because sometimes
I like that.
yeah. Because sometimes you on the board, but you're on the supervisory board, but the main board, like the president and treasurer, they're doing some things that are maybe a little bit shady, but you don't really know how to approach the situation. What is your position? Yeah, so that is one of these trainings we're going to focus on in May. In July, we're taking a break for June, because we're going to have a award ceremony in July, where we're going to focus on celebrating volunteers. Because as you know, a lot of the people on the boards of the cooperative, the financial and non-financial, they're volunteers. Yeah. They don't get paid.
No, I'm saying when you're in the board.
Yeah, you're on the board, but
you don't know what your responsibilities are.
you come from work and then you say, oh my God, I have to go to the beekeepers meeting. You have to leave. You know you stayed until maybe 8, 9 o'clock. You volunteer your time.
But you don't understand. Where you going? Let's not have a conversation, darling. Let's keep on.
So July, we'll be having an award ceremony.
Yes.
Where we'll highlight persons who have made significant contribution to the cooperative movement in Dominica. So that will be a big thing. It will be like, I would say, like the Grammys of the cooperative. Yeah. That will be one of the focus we're more focusing on. August is cooperative education. So we'll be going out to different communities to really push the message of cooperatives and show how important they are. Because I think we went sometime last year, we went around the different communities and asked, you know about cooperatives? And they say no. We say, but you know, you have a credit union that's a cooperative. I say true. I say that's a financial cooperative, but we have also non-financial cooperatives. like the fisheries. We have livestock. Recently, we had a goat raffle. We were trying to bring down experts in artificial insemination down to the island, and that was successful because we reached target needed. So in October, there's a big cooperative expo. This will highlight all the cooperatives, so persons can come and view the different cooperative and speak to them about the products and services they offer. We know we have essential oil as a cooperative. A lot of people use bay rum. They don't know it's essential oil that makes that. But we know our granny, you have a pain, you take a bay rum, you tap your head, you have a headache, you tap in your bay rum, but it's essential oils. That's one of the biggest cooperatives we have on island. In November, we'll have honey in the tongue. That will be the initiative of the National Beekeeper Cooperative. So we'll be blocking off a street in Roseau.
Are you giving honey free?
Well, you can take samples of it. But we will have honey on display, the different bees. We'll have also bees on display. So we'll be having a little like training in tongue, especially for the students, so they can get why you want to be a beekeeper in the future, because honey is a very lucrative business, because right now a lot of people suffering with the flu and they need honey and lime. I don't think it have honey on the shelves. So we also have a roundtable discussion in November, bringing together all cooperatives to discuss movements, challenges faced, and a way forward. And to close off the year of activities in December, we'll be launching Cooperative Magazine. This magazine will highlight the works of co-ops, the activities, and the movement. So everything we're doing from January up until December, we'll be taking snapshots and videos and little memoirs, letting people know what's going on in the cooperatives. Will be placed in the magazine for December. And we also like to encourage everyone to join a co-op. Not only financial, but the non-financials in the area, or even better, consider forming one. Right now, I'm working for a group in Wesley. They're starting a farmers cooperative. So that is one of the cooperatives that's going to start. Hopefully, we take off by the end of the year. Yeah. So that's it.
Bravo.
So a lot of stuff is happening. You can keep posted to our social media, of course, to get all the information, because we are definitely a part of all of this, as we are a cooperative, most definitely. But as we wrap up, we want to inform our membership of a few of the things that are going to take place in April, Health and Wellness Month. And I'll leave that to my colleagues to give you the information.
Yeah, we're starting off strong on Wednesday with our Unlocking Your Financial Future. That is NCCU's Loan Education Day. We have a full day of activities on social media and in branch as well. So you need to, if you're not in branch, you need to be following us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Throughout April, every Friday at 8 a.m.
Hold on before you move on quickly there. Somebody's asking about their goat. It says he said he won the goat, but he hasn't received his goat. Where can he pick up his goat?
I don't think that information is true.
Let's continue.
Every Friday during Health and Wellness Month, at 8 a.m., you can check out our Facebook and Instagram pages for our weekly challenges. There are going to be some normal ones, no sugar, no bread, but they're going to have some unorthodox ones as well. So stay tuned. And you will be ending with a cardio jam in collaboration with Jolly's Pharmacy. A big shout out to Jolly's Pharmacy and Fitness University. And we're very excited to be partnering with them. So we have a lot of activities. Look out for the branches. There will be some nurses at the different locations. We have 11 locations. Wherever you are, just inquire to see if the nurses are there. You can check your sugar, pressure, etc., all your vitals. Make sure that you are physically and healthy. Thank you very much.
So before we officially sign off, I want my colleague who is there, who is also a distinguished member of the panel for Loan Education Day, which is Wednesday, to just enlighten the membership on maybe one or two of the misconceptions maybe that he has seen that people have where loans are concerned. Or you could take it from an angle of maybe explaining maybe the process, what happens when you come in for a loan, because we do have a lot of people who are confused about that.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Cedric Skerritt. Let me just touch on the... Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, so let me just touch on let me just start by going through. Yeah, scare it in the house. Yeah. So I'm starting with, as my last colleague mentioned, in reference to the health and safety month.
Yeah.
We in the loans department, we now have the Now for Easter promo.
Okay.
So if you're looking to eat healthy, stay healthy for the month, and then you're a little short on the cash, you can come in, get a Now for Now, and then Now for Easter, that is one of our Now for Now promotions, and you can, buy more healthy stuff and eat properly just for that month at least.
How much are you entitled to?
Well, it's based on your level of income.
Okay.
We sometimes do a analysis of members' income and expenses to determine how much they may qualify for.
Okay.
But for this particular loan, it's a little more of an easy process in that based on your net,
Okay.
you may qualify for a certain amount. Now, the maximum currently is at 10,000. But I will just implore members, you don't have to request the 10,000.
Right.
Because a lot of members come in and they will say, I come for the $10,000 loan. It's not a $10,000 loan. All right. It's a loan that we offer, special loan, and the maximum is 10,000. Okay. So a lot of time members will come in
if you can afford it.
If you can afford it. So a lot of time members will come in and they will say, I come for the $10,000 loan. And you try to explain to them that this is what we are offering. So based on what I'm here to explain right now, I would say that when members come in, they should know what they are coming for.
Okay.
A lot of time members come in and they just hear something on the radio, come in, seek information, listen to the member service representative and understand what we are doing. Because I find a lot of time in Dominica, people don't want to wait or understand what is going on. Yes, it's a loan. We say no for now, but that doesn't mean that you have got to understand what you're doing. So people want to come and get it now. They want to come in, sign, and leave. But then you have the problem when you come back later and say, you did not explain this, you did not explain that. How come is this amount I'm paying? We need to have that communication up front, and then you can understand this is what I'm receiving, this is what I'm paying monthly, and this is what my contract entails. So that is the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. So that is what we are employing members to do. When you do come for that loan, ensure that you understand the package that you are living with. Because affordability is very important. And the other thing I want to mention is that when you ask for the maximum, you leave no space for anything that comes up later on.
Right.
So let's say you do not need the maximum, but you request it and it is disbursed to you. You may just happen to spend it on something that you not necessarily need. And then 2 months down the line, you need some funding, but no, you have exceeded your limit. So I'm just employing members to, when you come in, make sure that what you're coming for is what you need, because we are here for you if you need something later on as well. Yeah, thanks.
All right, so Matt, we have given the listeners a whole lot to think about. We did not normally, we look at your social media. We didn't even get to do that this morning, but we will go back and see if there are any points or questions on there that we did not get to. But we just want to encourage the membership, please do what you have to do to keep your money safe. Remember, fraud is real. Fraud is something that exists. We live with it every day. And ensure that you protect your health, protect yourself mentally, physically, and financially as well. I see you looking at me, so you have another question.
Oh, so many questions coming up here, but I'll give you 5 minutes to answer them.
Okay.
Side question. The month end is here, and every month end, how many tellers are the Rosa branch? And what is the closing time today?
Okay, so I cannot answer how many tellers that the Rosa branch.
It's Monfen.
It's Monfen, yes. Today is Monday, so we are closing at 3 p.m. to the public. We only close at 4 on Fridays, so it's 3 p.m. closure today. What I can advise, please, if you are able to go to another branch location, please do so, because we know the situation in Roseau is that all of us were in Roseau. Everybody's in Roseau. So you get off a bus from the countryside and you're in Roseau. So that's where you're doing your transactions. Everybody's going to just flood into that branch. But if you are able, You have a vehicle. We have some people who take a bus and go down to La Salette. We have people who take a bus and go to St. Paul in Maho. If you are able to go to another location, please do so. It is one shared network. You are able to get your transaction done in the other location. So that is one way to avoid the rush. The locations are all across the island. So if you're listening to me and you're on a delivery truck right now and you have some information, you need to get a withdrawal done, or you want to do a deposit, or you want to get some information, and you're passing through Vekas, stop off at one of the locations in Vekas. There are 4. There are 4 locations up in that side. So I guess we have to try and move around a little bit because everybody's converging in Roseau.
Another question there, question for the panel. On the back of your card has an expiration date, like 3/25, which means that the card expires in March of 2025. Can the card be renewed over the phone if the person is off island?
No, it is not possible to renew over the phone. It is not possible. You can have, again, with everything, when someone is out of state, we are talking notarization for everything to ensure that you are not asking for this under duress, or that it's not a hacker, as we spoke about fraud. So with regards to getting renewals of cards, and there is an indemnity form that has to be factored in. You need to ensure that you let the NCCU know who is coming to pin the card for you, and that we can sign that form and have it done. But all of this has to be notarized if you're out of state. So I can leave a number. Please call the Member Care Center. We're going to give you a number, 255-2126, or you can send an email, membercare@nccudominica.com, and you can get all that
I
information.
suspect the next time you come in, you have to ask for 2 hours because telephones are ringing there. Hello, talk to me, yes? Are you there?
Hi, I'm there. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. This is Mary Ann Johnson, the real estate lady, and I've been listening attentively to the interview, to the program that the NCCU has.
Yes.
Now, I have 2 issues that I would like to discuss, please. One, in regard to the insurance, the young lady says that insurance companies are no longer insuring vehicles that are 15 years old or more. Now, we have a culture of insuring, or not insuring, but importing used vehicles to Dominica. So maybe that is an area where now our government needs to put policies in place as to how old you can bring in a vehicle, because most people, what they can afford is the older vehicles. So that may be an issue that our government need to look at, because insurance companies will no more or are no more insuring vehicles that are old or they consider old. Because I had my vehicle, it was comprehensive. Now I have to have it third party. So that's an issue we have to discuss on. Number 2, I have an issue as a realtor that persons who go to the financial institution and during their first interview applying for mortgages, that they are asked to bring in valuation or appraisal, as we would call it. And I think it's very unfair, because there are many, many, many persons who have applied for loans and they are asked to do that, and their loans are, they are not, it's denied. I truly believe in the interest of the customer that we need to have that process called pre-qualification. If I walk to the institution, based on the information, I give you the price of the property, I give you what my income is, what my expenses, my age. You should be able to say, based on that, we are able to afford to give you a loan so much. There are many persons in Dominica, and I've known of clients who go to the institution, have waste money, have done, the appraisal or the valuation, only for the institution to say that you're not able to afford it. And I think it is unfair to the customer, and that you do not do that. To say that, we have to make the fees based on the appraisal. That is after the pre-approval, but you should be able to initially tell the client, based on what you're telling me, you can or cannot afford that property. It is not right that all the institutions in Dominica have poor Dominicans spending thousands of dollars, sometimes on 2, 3, 4, 5 properties, I've known persons 5 times having to go and do valuation because that is the first set of documents that the institution are asking. And do not tell me you're only doing it because you need to know what is the fees that have to be. Pre-qualification should be the first thing.
I suspect that person, and I suspect we'll go on and on, but you can answer a few questions there before we go and wrap it up because
Yes.
we are out of time.
We will answer.
Thank you, Anne John Fane.
Yes,
Thank you.
and good morning, Marianne. Always a pleasure to hear from you. So, but we will answer because the first one was the point that she was making, of course, but the second one with regards to the pre-qualification, we will give some input.
All right.
Yeah. As we are listening, you can understand that her point is not specific to NCCU. However, with that, we do a pre-interview with the members. Some members come in with that information already. All right. But what I would like to say about that is a lot of members are looking to purchase properties where persons may have that property for sale. But the only time that they will receive a valuation is when they pay for it. From the perspective of the institution, well, from my personal perspective, I would say it would be best if the seller does that valuation of the property because they are putting it on the market for sale. So once you have that valuation done, then anyone who wishes to purchase, you give them a copy.
Okay.
Because if everyone who wants to buy the property now has to come and do their own personal valuation, that you just have everyone spending monies. So if there is a property for sale, I believe that that property should be valued. So anybody who's interested in purchasing that property receives a valuation that they can present.
I think it's fair.
What's more is that just because somebody's selling a property for a certain amount doesn't mean it's actually worth that much. It could be
Correct.
less or more. And that actually affects how much it is you can afford because it's being held as security of a loan most of the time. And sometimes people, they want to buy the property. It may be land, it may be house and land, but even want to do more things or add more loans on top of that, and that affects the affordability as well. So that valuation really is necessary. And as Mrs. Garrett said, I think really that the seller should have that valuation. How did you even arrive at the price of the property?
Because sometimes it can be valued much more than it's worth.
That's right.
So it's to your benefit to do your own evaluation as well. Yeah.
It is.
And especially with properties as well, when you see you have a house, you want to know what is the condition of that house. Sometimes there are the underlying conditions that you don't know about just watching, and that valuation may have that vital information.
You need a structural engineer to do that.
You do, yes. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that the conversation even took that turn because look, this is all part of health and wellness. We want to ensure that the members are not taking unhealthy loans. We want the loans that the members are taking to be healthy because we need you to be able to repay the loans and not feel stressed about it. So it falls in line with everything and the financial education that we will be presenting, especially on Wednesday at Loan Education Day. So look out for that. You can check us live. We'll be live on Facebook. We'll be live on radio. Check us out at 5. We begin at 5:30 in the afternoon Wednesday. So you can listen in. We will be taking a little bit more of a deeper dive into loans and the processes and everything.
But some processes can only be done at the main branch, like cards.
Well, yes,
Checkbook.
you can request your card at any branch location, but you will not be able to pick it up right away.
Okay.
So if you're looking for that,
With the exception of NCCU in town.
yes, if you're looking for that that one time, then you go to the Roseau branch to do that. So there are certain things. While everything is available, there may be a bit of a wait period for a few things, but everything is available at all the locations. Yes.
I'll take my advice. 2 hours next time. Okay.
I'll take your advice, Matt. Yes.
Next time, I think we just need to come just to answer questions. We're not coming with
Yeah, we don't need to say anything. You just say NCCU is here and just send your questions.
All right.
Call in.
We'll do that. But anyway, it was a pleasure this morning, though.
Always a pleasure, Matt. Thank you. Blessed day to everybody.
Bye bye.
You don't want to do free. You need a loan you want to see. You want for my visitors to be. Hey! with a commitment to quality. Therefore, you and me was one big family, but now it's a community. Making life easy, yes, like it. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA,
save for your golden years, and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way.
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
Somebody who creole like the big creole. Mouvement créole à Soukir. Tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique. Et puis Radio QFM qui présenté. Mouvement créole. Tous les mardis soirs, 6 après-midi. Information, blague, interview, l'histoire, problème, discussion, reportage, apprendre à parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement créole. À nous faire un rendez-vous, messieurs, mesdames. Tous les mardis soirs, QFM qui est frappé avec bon parole créole. Sans ça participer, qui est nous rapidement Timamaina, Mouvement créole à seconde station QFM. Watchez avec nous tous les mardis soirs 6h pour Mouvement créole. Matchez ça.
Carriana fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%. Great for leafy green 15-15-15. Great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20. Best for foliar spray and seedlings and small vegetables 12-12-17. Great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12. Root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28. Great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits. Red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley Link Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Ooh, oh, KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Eagles for soul. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Big news, Dominica! Do It Center is now even closer to you with the opening of Do It Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry.
Carry, we offer the finest selection of products that cater to your every need, from groceries to household essentials. Our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale. We're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseville, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. We can't wait to see you.
Now available at Eastern Trading Limited Showroom Department, a wide range of household items and accessories. Plates in porcelain, ceramic, clear and colored. Bowls in glassware, plastic and porcelain. Pot sets and frying pan sets. Glasses for all occasions. Knife sets and cutlery. Water jugs and storage containers. Wooden spoon sets. Dish trainers. Chopping boards. Bath towels, shower curtains, and bed sheet sets, curtain rods, living room sets, recliners, and dining room sets, mats and rugs, and so much more. All at unbeatable prices. Visit us today. We are located at the corner of Kennedy Avenue and Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseville. Esar Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
What you're looking for is not the best price. What you're looking for is not value.
Best price, best price. Everything is nice and oh, you love the price. Convenient and easy makes shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home store decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is not value.
All right, Dominica, we're back, and we were having a conversation as it relates to comments that your prime minister made there, speaking with this Grenadian journalist. As it relates to renewing your vows, a lot of reaction to this one there. Just in case you missed it, this is what the prime minister said.
Government in power for too long, unless the alternative is absolutely a mess, is never really a good thing for democracy. I am told, Prime Minister. But let me ask you.
No, but I want to say, but who taught you that? I mean, the Constitution, people vote, and I'm not sure what people define as too long. If somebody's married for 25 years, they renew the vows. Yeah. People get married. People get 50 years, they renew the vows. They look to 100. I don't know anybody out there who is 25 years old looking to kill himself or to die at 25. Let's be real. I don't. People get a job in the public service at 18 years and they retire at 65. So what is too long? People vote.
I don't
People
know,
exercise their
I don't know if
franchise.
those examples that you give, right?
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening event, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
Oh, so many reactions there. Let's see if we can listen to a few of them. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Where are you?
And it's just, it's really something.
to listen to this man. You know, I realize how weak of a man this man is, and how drunk on power he is, and how desperate he is. And I've been saying for the week that he's a very desperate man. All his actions prove how desperate he really is. And when you hear somebody who was appointed by the people to be their servant, a public, does this man really understand what is public service? When you offer yourself to the people, that is what the people do. They give you some time to lead. They give you some time to create conditions to improve their lives, to make their lives better. And that is what being a leader of a country democratically, if we say we have a democratic country, should be. He is not a king, and now he thinks of himself as a king. And since he's not a king, from birthright, he now has become a dictator, somebody like Assad or any one of these people who feels that power only belongs to them and they are the only ones who can fix it. And time and again, he said it. He said it over and over and over again. He alone can fix it. He said no law, no constitution will stop him. He said the country doesn't need an opposition. So many of those things he said, which clearly relates to his his insatiable need to stay in power. And this is a very scary time that we are in, because when people become desperate, they do desperate things. And when people do desperate things, poor people, the ordinary folks pay the price of their desperation. Hence the reason this man went around just arresting people left, right, and center for standing up for the democratic right. But you know what, Matt? You know the thing about these guys? These guys who are drunk on power and want to stay in power forever and will justify their whole need for being in power, they self-destruct. They self-destruct, man. And that is the trajectory that this man is on. He's self-destructing before our very eyes. Every move he makes. Did you see him in St. Martin, how desperate he looked? How he was begging and pleading with the people? I heard he was in St. Thomas doing the same thing. And you know, Matt, at this point right now, I think the Dominican people are seeing where he has taken Dominica. This man has made himself phenomenally wealthy, built mansions, need vehicles, private vehicles for he and his family. The man pretty much has used the entire police force as personal security for he and his family. He has quelled any type of force within his party that could challenge him, and has surrounded himself with people, with yes men, a whole set of young people who are definitely afraid of challenging him. But Matt, those things, they don't last, Matt, because the laws of nature dictate that things end, that things change, and they will change, and they are changing. And I firmly believe that they are changing, Matt. And the Dominican people are seeing clearly through him right now. He continues to make mistakes and he continues to self-destruct. He thought what he did last week, arresting innocent Dominicans, standing up for their rights and protecting the rights of those who are too afraid to stand up. He thought he was a strong man. But he came off weak because people saw through him. People saw through him, and not just in Dominica. The entire region are looking at Dominica right now. He has no choice but to go on the radio and say this foolishness to try to defend his need to stay in power and to not give us free and fair elections, to rig elections time and again, Matt. And that is what is happening. His clothes are off. The emperor is naked. And his head is too swollen, and he's too arrogant, and he's too much of a narcissist to see that his clothes are off. The emperor has no clothes on. And everybody's laughing and saying, look at the emperor, look at the emperor, look at the emperor, boom, boom. His boom, boom is showing. And all his other parts are showing. But he can't see it because he thinks he's dressed in the most splendor of clothes, man. But his clothes are off. And they will continue to try to scapegoat and gaslight opposition members and good and solid and strong citizens of Dominica who will stand up to him. Patriots who will run and bring to jail ladies, people who served in the public service, people who won't harm a fly. And he thinks that when he does that, he's going to be the strong and mighty, powerful emperor. But no, emperor. No, you're not even an emperor. All your clothes are off. All your clothes are off right now, and your backside is showing the whole world, and they're laughing. That look at it, they're seeing your boom boom outside. Your clothes are off. But stay there and justify your need to stay in power forever. Stay there. Meanwhile, the whole world is seeing your nakedness. Thank you, Matt. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a good day, Adelaide. All day in the diaspora, huh? 449-3095-9697. We'll take more phone calls. Oh boy, somebody saying I want annulment, huh? Go your way, I'll go mine, huh? On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes.
All marriage that has lasted for 25 years and 20 years and 40 years and 50 years.
No, not these days. Not these days for sure.
Either marriage is his own may be right on the rock. You never know because no one male want to stay in that, knowing that she can't go to the States with her children. So male maybe all want to back off of character. Right? What about now? So his marriage will be well on the rock. So he have to jump one marriage. He can't use nothing else but marriage. Because Mel have that thing there. Mel have a children that born in America. She married to the Prime Minister of Dominica, but her children are born American citizens. While other people go under the gun and sacrifice and make their children in PMH, she run and make out in America while being the wife of a Prime Minister of Dominica. So she don't want her children to lose their American status. So, plus, she maybe have a green card too. Who knows? So she don't want to lose that. But Trump watching, Trump know all what that's going on around us. So all of them to jump high, jump low. Look, you're in America, man.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know.
But them people something else. All you creating so much havoc in the country. And when all you create all you havoc, all you have run into America for the savior. Boy. But now I don't know now about as I say, with a serious situation in our country. But I don't know what kind of flu that is, or what kind of cold that. Look like me and you on the same page. I don't want to leave us alone.
Well, yeah, it's lingering. It's lingering now.
It's lingering too much. I hate the coughing. I hate the nasal congestion. I just hate every damn thing about it, and I want it to leave me alone.
Don't allow it to let you lie down and do nothing.
No.
That's what it is.
I standing up, boy. I'm standing up. Right now, I'm on enough.
Yes.
On enough, I am trying to get a sea bath.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care of that. All right, 449-3095. Somebody says, man, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh boy, telephones are coming in there like crazy. Let's take this one. Yes, a few voice notes, a few WhatsApp messages. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, good morning, man.
Morning to you, sir. How are you?
Man, that's boots on the ground.
Yes, boots on the ground.
I'm here this morning to give God thanks.
Okay.
And I was very happy over the past days to hear the many people that have given God thanks. Matt, I called the radio a few days back, and I asked to incite people for God to have me wanted, because I know that He is the one that have me there to talk. And what I want to talk is about God and His power. Matt, over the past, people have been saying that forget about the praying and let us fight. And I said, let us incite God and let us have God be the front line of the fight. Matt, I live to see it. And over the past weeks, what has transpired has made me feel more confident that God is a real God. Matt, you heard that same Prime Minister saying that when people pray to God and they see nothing coming, come to him because he's more powerful than God. But if you have that tape or that clip, you must pay for it to justify the discussion we're having. What I want to say, that God, that big God, that big God that we are praying to, all the people continue praying to him. And you see that blood that this man is looking for to run on the surface of Dominica, God will make sure that that blood not running over Dominica, because Dominica have to be blessed. I want the people to ask God to forgive them for the wrong that they've done. I personally want to ask God, Heavenly Father, forgive my people, forgive all of us for the wrong that we have done to your word on this land. And please, oh God, bless your land, bless your people, and free us up from the bondage that we have in the living that you with. Lord Jesus, make it be your will and not the will of any man, that what is for Dominica will remain for Dominica. Since it's not a plan that you had, and you have from the inception. And in the name of the Son and the Holy Spirit, let us pray to God and go to the battle. Because as long as God is with us, we must win the battle. Thank you, Matt, and good morning.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Have a great morning yourself. Let's see if we can get back to a few votes. I think a few persons have actually, just have to go. Good morning to you, Mr. Peltier. I don't listen normally to the Prime Minister. I just happened to tune in and those words came on. But let me comment. People also get divorced as soon as they get married. What horse manual is this? This kid is talking about if marriage is not working for either party, they get divorced. This kid is so daft, so dumb, and unintelligible, outright stupid, and that's why marriage to Dominica is not working. He needs to divorce himself from Dominica. So this person basically saying Prime Minister Skerrit should divorce himself from Dominica. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good morning, Mr. Spelty.
Good morning to you, sir, yes?
And how are you today?
I'm trying my best.
Matt, I really believe Roosevelt Skerrit was more intelligent than his wife. But from listening to him, I realize he's more daft than the wife. And he has just exposed himself on the because of that interview with the journalist. First of all, the journalist asking him a question about staying in power, and you hear the answer he gave her. She himself told him that doesn't add up. The question is ridiculous. She didn't say the word ridiculous, but the answer, he gave was ridiculous. And he wants to stay in power forever. Matt, I can understand if you are the leader of the country and you are doing well for your country, you would want to stay there as long as possible, as long as the people keep voting you. But you have done well for yourself and yourself only, and the few people who are following you, but you want to stay in power forever. I never believed that Roosevelt Skerrit was so stupid. Another thing with the interview, you hear he told the lady that he and his colleagues, the reason for going into politics is because they want to improve Dominica. They want to develop the country. But the opposition just looking for a job. But if Skerrit had not gone into politics, he would just have been a school teacher with a bicycle. That's how he was able to get a job by going into politics. The leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Mountain, is a world-class economist, sought after by so many countries, including countries in Africa. We have helped fix their economy. Dr. Fountain gave up his job at the IMF to take up the leadership of the United Workers' Party. So what is Skerrit talking about? Mr. Linton, Mr. Baptist, Mr. James, agronomist, and Just name them. These people had jobs before they go into politics and Roosevelt Scary talking nonsense about they just looking for a job. And the last thing I want to comment on, Matt, is when he said the people, the demonstrators, you cannot talk without he mentioned Lennox Lincoln. We never asked him about anything about Lennox Lincoln, but he had to go on Lennox Lincoln. And the demonstrators and the United Workers Party are just doing that to give Dominica a bad name. But Matt, it's just this week, another criminal was arrested with our passport. Matt, you know that?
Yes,
a woman?
I read that this week. I read that this morning, yes.
Yes. And Angela Singh and Monfarrell and King and all those criminals who have our passports, some of them are in prison. So who has tarnished the name of the country? But you see what sometimes when Roosevelt Scary believe those people out there stupid, but he don't know them people have more information on Dominica than he believes. Have a blessed day, Matt.
Have a blessed day, Matt. Notice how Mr. Skerritt asked the journalist, who tell you that? It's like the journalist doesn't have a capacity to ask such a question. Matt, these are the traits of a very dangerous person. If any one of us Dominicans think that any autocrat and balling dictator voluntarily vacates positions of absolute power, you're just dreaming. 449-3095-96 and 97. More telephone calls, more text messages coming at this time. Another text message says, Matt, this PM is embarrassing Dominica on a global scale. Shame on all the labor rights. Do they want an opportunity to dump? They want an opportunity to. Dominica is done right now. 449-3095-96 and 97. Man, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't have to be no slave. You need a love you want to save. You welcome and visitors today. Hey, with a commitment to quality. Therefore you and me was one the family, but now with the community. Making like it is, yes, like it is. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA,
save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way.
Wow. It's 10:45 in the morning, Dominica. 10:45, 10:41. Let's move on.
Good morning,
sorry.
Mark.
Yes.
First and foremost, hope you had a good weekend.
Thank you.
It is I don't know why anything this man said is surprising to anybody, Dominica. Number one, according to what some people have said, if you ask Google who is the richest prime minister in the Caribbean, and it will show that Mr. Skerritt is the richest. So now I guess we can ask Google who is the richest and the dumbest. Prime Minister of the Caribbean, and I guess our Prime Minister's face will show up. Another thing, kudos to that journalist. She was not, like the journalist in Dominica that laughed at every stupid joke that Skerrit makes to divert, the conversation. And I don't know who else saw it. Well, I'm sure a lot of people saw it. He was so uncomfortable. I'm sure he probably wished that he did not come on that show. Our journalists in Dominica need to be more like that. Just give him direct questions and don't give him the chance to lie and don't give him the chance to joke to become a clown and everybody else laughing, because that is what happens in Dominica. The journalists in Dominica, they ask questions, if you could call it that, and then he gives some what I guess they think is funny, and everybody laughs, and the question is diverted to something else. And we always know Skerrit is a madman. I mean, let's be honest. If you can look at a government as a marriage, then something is seriously wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with our Prime Minister in Dominica. And I pray that all the other mini prime ministers in the other Caribbean countries see that Skerrit is a really, as we would say in Dominica, kunu munu. And I hope they start separating themselves from that kunu munu, because show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are, so that none of them will be called kunu munu. Thank you, Matt.
All right, let's listen to this one there in the morning. Stick around. Stick around. A request from a caller here.
Pusha! I wish one of the cows them a tell life on me. Which one of the cows let me talk to him?
2012, Calypso Prince.
Being a madman trying to live normal in a society crazier than me. Imagine there's no treatment for my ailment, which is total insanity. Now imagine say that sentence real full up, it have more mad people outside the inn. People from the bottom right up to the top, like it's an asylum we live in it. People in office, people in control, the people who live in their own little worlds. We're trying to change our mistakes and faults by doing the same things to get new results. I see a madman who played all games with people. Around the world they know him as Jack the Reaper, but today he's Godfather to Trinidad. Not because we dance, but because we're mad. And now that we have a new prime minister who needs a private jet, she's a frequent flyer. Yet we condemn Patrick Manning, we treat him bad. Not because we dance, but because we're mad. And just so one day voices start to tell me, no, I alone, mad is the whole country. In the same vein, the voices explain, it makes no sense. I try to be sane. I had the madman look and the madman walk. It's only madness I just talk. I'm a madman eating out a garbage bin, where dopishness does make sense to it. Hey, Busha! Aye! I'll waste just for the females, blasphemous. Don't cost nobody first. Let's go, man. And I study in Woodford Square. I graduate there with a degree in Mariology. Yet people who went uni and studied university coming back crazier than me. Don't talk about our engineers struggling for years to solve the flood problems in TNT. With spotters building in swamps, some on riverbank getting compensated big money. Insurance and bank doing big business. No one regulated their wickedness. Poor people must now seek their own interests. And I decide to go in Parliament just to piss, cause a madman who refused McDonald's money. Say McDonald making the country unhealthy. Yet Angus to the money we love that bad. Not because we done, but because we had an SOE just to root out ganja. Young members walk free because of a flawed law. We complaining that crime bad in Trinidad. Not because we're done, it's because. And just so one day voices start to tell me, no, I alone mad in the whole country. In the same way, in the voices explain, it makes no sense that I try to be said. The madman look from a madman land. It's only madness I don't understand. I'm a madman drifted further out to sea. And my partnership still makes sense to me. And push up, I always just quality must class it. Don't cost no money first. Show man. Trinidadians we're not thinking, cause we're still drinking and driving hard on the road. The undertaker's making a killing, and with morgues always overload. Young fellas they can't drop low, they're driving real slow when the traffic light is on green. As soon as it change yellow, they're pulling nitro. It's the most speed that you see. Swinging inside streets without no signal, stopping without indicating at all. If you try to warn them about that stunt, they're tossing up your mother behind and front, and this young girl crossing the road down in town, behaving like sheep that he come is young, moving real slow, mucking up real bad. It's not done, she done, she just. And a youth man walk under, I walk over. He feeling faster than a motor car. A forklift come down from him up there sad.
Until good morning to your listeners. Until I said I wasn't going to listen to Roosevelt Scared, but you forced me to when you played that clip. And you always have a saying, it's better to remain quiet or to open your mouth to remove all doubts that you are full. But the gentleman who was answering the lady from Grenada there, he's proven himself to be a fool a long time ago. And I'm not sure how Dominicans are accepting this guy for all these years as a prime minister, totally on F-truth. Because the lady asked him a question about being in power too long. And you know, his response shows the arrogance that he thinks that he belongs where he is. And he talks about election, but election every 5 years. It's the people putting you there, you know? And she's pointing out to him the analogy he used doesn't make any sense, but she's been diplomatic because I would have told him in no uncertain words, the guy is proving over and over why he was deemed the star boy of stupidity by Anil Roberts from Trinidad. Roosevelt Skerrit is showing his stupidity, and he covers that stupidity with aggression because he's in the power of the office, and that's why he manipulates the vote. That's why he pays people. That's why Roosevelt Skerrit will go at all length to stay in power using the resources of the state, because he knows he's not a likable person. He knows he doesn't have anything else going for it except the power that the seat of the prime minister gives him. And all he's done is manipulate people, use old people, use students, use young people, use the ministers, have a bunch of puppets following him in the parliament, and think that he can buy everybody with money. And it makes me wonder why a man who says he's doing so great for the country has to do all these shenanigans to stay in power. But he's talking about marriage and public service. Roosevelt Skerrit, the office of prime minister is renewed every 5 years. As a matter of fact, it's not renewed. Every 5 years, you go beg people to vote for you to stay in office. And because you think you can manipulate people with money, you think that the office of prime minister is for you and your descendants. But Matilda, as I said before, this gentleman is delusional. I think the trappings of power has got into his head, and Dominicans need to save Roosevelt Skerrit from himself. A man who says he's so loved but drives around with 70 security officers. And what he doesn't realize, his enemy is not outside. He is his own personal enemy. The demons are not on the outside, you know. So you can put 200,000 police officers, but you can't put enough security to protect you from yourself, Roosevelt Skerrit. I think you need to do the country a favor and do yourself a favor and quit or be forced out.
All right, let's go back, Dominic, and to this one. There's just about 7 more minutes before the 11 o'clock hour. At 11 o'clock, bring the curtains down. At 1 o'clock, we'll hear the full interview that he did with the Grenadian journalist. Time is of the essence. Mr. Wave, hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? Uh-huh.
Mark,
Yes.
I don't know why people try to call this man a gentleman. Do we not know what is a gentleman?
I'm sure you know.
Very well. Roosevelt Skerrit is not a gentleman. Thank you very much.
My wife getting sick. She said, wait, don't speak. Let Lennox and them take care of this corrupt government. Leave it alone. We have our loan. Them boys dangerous. They will victimize us. I say, darling, don't you know?
Somebody's asking, Matt, you hear the arrogance in his response and disrespect to the Grenadian journalist, asking her, who taught you that? What a shame.
Because our children won't be able to. And that is why I must speak. Because today in Portsmouth, a mother cannot go out after that and be sure of coming back. I must speak. I must speak. Because to the Labour Party, Portsmouth don't exist, and the way they treat Upper Rep like shit. Don't forget they crucified Jesus. While we stood on the side and watch, that is why every man of Christian spirit has to stand up and speak.
We have 4 more minutes before the 11 o'clock hour. Hello, yes, good morning.
Matthew, good morning to you.
Hey, he lost you. I haven't heard your voice in a long time. Everything good?
Matt, yeah, I'm just taking in Dominica's situation every step of the way. But I'm doing good. Thank you.
Okay, good. Good to know.
But I'm listening to your program this morning. I took time off to listen to these journalists from Grenada. And just to point out a few things. One, at the very beginning of that interview, you heard the journalist said, finally, we're able to meet up with Roosevelt Skerrit. What to that effect?
She's been asking. She's been asking him for sure. Yes.
Right. So it suggests to me she has been knocking at his door for an interview for a very long time, and finally it came through. And I am thinking now, the reason it came through is because of that unanimous vote that went through Parliament. Authorities, Roosevelt Skerrit thought in his mind he had enough ammo, enough ammunition now to go and beat his chest on that in that interview with that journalist. Secondly, it shows us when Roosevelt Skerrit is cornered in a discussion, how he responds and what he reverts to. This journalist is not a 2x4 journalist. She's a regional, renowned journalist. I normally listen to her interviews, and she really goes very, very deep. And so Roosevelt thought he could spin her around his finger like he does to some of the journalists in Dominica when, follow-up questions are not asked and the real questions are not put to Roosevelt Skerrit. And she basically told him, what I ask you, you are not responding to the question. It doesn't add up. But I guess in his, in his usual way, he did not catch what she was saying. But we are in Dominica on a very slippery slope. We are at a crossroads. And every day it is coming much clearer that this man called Roosevelt Skerrit will not leave power willingly. Power has basically, as Adelaide said, consumed him, and it has gone over his head now. And it is we, the Dominican people, to ensure that whatever means necessary, we, as what his name said, your brother from Tibu there, forget his name right now, release Roosevelt Skerrit from himself, because he is a clear and present danger, not to the country alone, but to himself as well. I'm listening in the interest of time. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Nice, good hearing from you. I haven't heard you for a while there, but good hearing from you, Lofty, as always. Thank you very much. We're going to end up with this one there, of course, as we wrap it up here in the morning. This is one called The Marriage from Mr. Black Stallion. Stick around, Dominic, and enjoy good calypso. Where are you? Presentations there. Let's see what happens there. This one from Black Stallion. This one called The Marriage. Listen to 1 o'clock. We'll play you the full interview. The first from Mr. Prime Minister, and the second from the opposition leader with a St. Vincentian journalist.
Woman to be a beloved well guy. But not to hold to the end of time. Not true. Nothing between the woman and the man that we can't understand. Especially when you put the ring on the hand, please.
Stay tuned to the big station.
Love is a thing you understand and carry to the end of your life. When you tell the woman you love she. This one for you. Yes, it look like this whole marriage over. We love affair going down the drain. Your attitude I can't take no longer. This newlywed started to complain. Yes, you promised and begged me when you wanted wife. So when you are decided I go share my life. But now you get where you want to start acting so dread.
Now I want a divorce, right?
To get paid bed. Where the little thing you promised me? Yes, where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently.
Promises and more promises.
You promise me. Doctor.
Where's the little thing you promised me?
Teacher. The servant bill. Yes, I'm waiting still. Now you have me waiting patiently. For the little thing you promised me.
Where's the little thing you promised me? Kaisa Dominica. We'll give you more at 1 o'clock, right? Somebody wants to make a phone call there quickly. Hello, yes? Sorry.
Single parent I would be. With all my trials and tribulation, I will raise up my own family. But you rap me down with your sweet tongue.
Hello, talk to me.
What is the thing you promised the person?
I should have never listened to you and your sweet mouth.
Sweet mouth, you have sweet mouth.
Where the love you was talking about? Where the little
thing you promised me. Hello, talk to me.
My brother, what's up?
I did, but I have to go.
Well,
I have to go. I
I know you have to go, but I think the reason why the Prime Minister not coming and talk to you. So
okay.
we'll talk. Yeah.
Compensation, new flats in the city, so much different library.
Where's the little thing you promised me? Hello, talk to me.
Man, I didn't promise anything. That is not another one. You marry extend sour. You put it out. You marry extend sour by send it there.
A long time ago. I've got to go, huh? That's a back style and Italian, sorry. Trinidad.
So much different men keep falling. You can try to put a ring on my hand. Yes, you notice how I send them packing. Yes, I tell myself you is my husband. But since we're married, like you get so stupid. Yes, you're flying to different country. Now I hear you going out making confusion. In some foreign country fighting for land.
Where the little thing you promised me? I've got to go.
Where the little thing you promised me? Yes, it. And now you have me waiting patiently. To do for the little thing you promised me. To be my policeman, my fisherman, the fireman, the sugarman. Now you have me waiting patiently. To do for the little thing you promised me.
You can tell my telephone's not going crazy. I'll give it to you again sometime at 1, okay?
She said, take time and change up your habits. You better take some time and clean up your act. And if I see you don't want to change it, take back your ring and I'm done with that. You can pack in the bag and going out of this home. And show you I could make it on my own. And when I leave, I'm making sure that you're confused. I can't you to court for wife abuse. Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently to do for the little thing you promised me. To fix up my granny, the right land in the country, better transportation to my sister island. Now you have me waiting patiently. For the little thing you promised me. What? Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently. What's it say? For the little thing you promised. Come down, sir. You promised me. Where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently. I promise you for the little thing you promised me.
I promise you I'll play that again for you at 1 o'clock, okay?
Promise me. Now when the little thing you promised me, I know you have been waiting patiently. To do. Love you, love you, love you.
You promised me this, you promised me that, but everything you know is a whole heap of chat. You promised me this, and you promised me that, but everybody knows that there's a whole more chat. A promise is a comfort to a fool. They say a promise is a comfort to a fool. Me and a fool, me and a fool, me and a fool. Yes, a promise is a comfort to a fool.
Mouvement créole à Soukir. Tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique. Et puis Radio Cure peut que présenter. Mouvement créole. Tous les mardis soirs, 6 après-midi. Information, blagues, interviews, l'histoire, problème, discussion, reportage, apprendre à parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement créole. À nous fait un rendez-vous, messieurs et dames. Tous les mardis soirs, tu es fait qu'elle frappé avec bon parole créole. Sans ça participer, qui est nous rapidement Timamaïla, mouvement créole à seconde station QFM. Voici avec nous tous les mardis soirs 6h pour mouvement créole. Matchez ça.
I've spent half my life looking for the reasons things must change. Half my life trying to make them stay the same. Love would fade like summer into fall. All that I could see was a mystery. It made no sense at all. The will of the wind, you feel it and then it will pass you, blow instead. It comes and it goes, and God only knows. You must keep your sails on ready, so when it begins, get all that you can. You must befriend the will of the wind. I've spent so many hours thinking about the way things might have been. There's so many hours trying to bring the good times back again. And so it goes.